what I'd like to do now is show you in context a real single store use case that's going to make it clear how powerful the features I just told you about are. So here we have a real-time digital marketing application, very common single store use case because it makes use of transactions and analytics. You can see real-time transactions. These are notifications that are geo-matched, geolocation matched to particular subscribers so that you can offer them the right text notifications with ads in the right place at the right time. You can see the dashboard updating in real time. Because we're single store, we can also do analytics. So we can get reports on a lot of different things. For example, all my top performing customers, how many notifications they've sent out, how often it's converting, so I can see the conversion rate by the different customers updating. Now here's a new widget I've been working on in my application. This is just a real-time feed of the individual notifications going out. Here you can see it's sorted by timestamp. It's updating every couple of seconds. That's great. Let's say as a user that I actually wanted to sort it by cost. I want to see what are the most expensive notifications. I might be interested in that. Uh-oh, what's going on? I see a spinny wheel. Oh man, that was way too slow. That is not the speed that my users need in my real-time application. Let's go over to SingleStore and see what we can do about that I've been telling you about. Here, first, let's see how many notifications are inside of this table. Okay, we got about 13 million notifications. I have a sense of the scale. There's a decent amount of data in there. Now let's profile this query. So select star from notifications order by timestamp. That's the default view. Let me profile that. Okay, it's pretty fast, running in 28 milliseconds. It's doing an ordered column scan. See, that's important. That means it's using the sort key, which is on timestamp. That is what's making that so fast. If I come back here, now let's take a look at the same query, but I'm going to sort by cost cents. Uh-oh. Now we've got a column store scan, not ordered. It's taken 288 milliseconds. It's way longer, and that's because the sort key is different, right? So it can't do an ordered column scan. Now, before projections, we would kind of be out of luck here because there can only be one sort key in a table. I don't want to make another table. That would be a very unwieldy. But with projections, I'm going to be able to create a secondary sort key. Let me show you how to do that. Before I show you how to do that, let's show another feature which is coming in handy at this exact moment. So this is on the production database, MarTech Prod. I kind of don't want to mess with MarTech Prod because my application is running. Why don't I take a branch of that database? And a branch of the database you can think of is just a copy without actually moving the blobs. So it's kind of like a pointer to the database, and it's only going to remember the changes that I make to either one. So if I make changes to this branch, which I'm going to do, I'm going to create a projection on it, I can test that separately and get comfortable with it before I actually put it in the production database. All right, looks like that's done. If I come over to my databases list, oh, there is MarTech branch test. And I got my 13 million notifications, looking good. Let's head back to the SQL editor. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to create that projection, which is I'm going to call notifications by cost. I'm going to give it the sort key cost cents. I'm going to give it the same sort key that it had, and it's just going to pull the notifications right out of there. Let's run this. And this is creating like another. All right, that's all done. Let's see how fast my query is now. So I'm going to select star from notifications with use projection equals notifications by cost. We are going to add some smarts to make that work automatically, but for now you do need the hint. And let's profile this guy. Let's do it one more time since we got to build the query. Holy smokes, 18 milliseconds. You can see that's because it's using the projection scan, and now the sort key is cost cents. So that is the power of projections in action right there. If I were to put that back into my application, that would solve the slowness of clicking on this button right here. So there is one more thing I want to show you. And let's talk about SmartDR. So let's say I'm in a situation where I'm oh, we've got some kind of connection disruption. It's a good thing that I'm using SmartDR. So let's come over here and see what we can do about this. I'm going to go in to my workspace and let's look over at replication. All right, it looks like came prepared and I have database replication already on. I have SmartDR already enabled. You can see the bits are already being replicated from the region that I am in, North Virginia, over to Oregon. So I'm just going to click failover, and yes, I am sure I want to do this. All right, and now we're going to deploy. All right, failover successful. I can now see I'm in the secondary region, which is Oregon. I've got my databases attached. I've got my workspace up and running. And the last thing that I have to do is just connect it. Now I can see that because the URL does change. Let's go ahead and give that an easy password, because we want to make our life easy here. So I'm going to grab this URL and let's head it over to our application, over to configure. I'm going to paste that in there, connect. All right, and it looks like I am back up and running thanks to SmartDR. All is well. I can see my application has completely recovered, and I didn't have to have two copies of the data running at the same time. Thank you.